Now, you were kind of segueing into something I want to talk about. The leadership here has changed hands a lot. The change of the coach to Lucas Fischer, and then moving on to a new captain. Everybody has different styles. The team maybe gets used to something one direction, and then those changes have to go into a different direction because the changes were made by saying similarly to this isn't working, we need to go this way. So there's a lot of adjusting that still has to go on, and you talk about the team trying to gel, trying to find their chemistry, or all those terms that we can label it. But at the end of the day, you got to find your way, and I think maybe that's been one of the biggest struggles for this team this year.
Yeah, switching systems is huge. It's a coach in the middle of the season. I think you saw a little bit more out of Diorio under Alan Letang's watch, so I don't know if that's Matthew Turcotte putting him into more of a defensive role and hoping he can play defensive forward more, but when you don't really have the offensive weapons that you do right now, you got to have that guy on the ice at all times. You've seen him shoot. You've seen how powerful his shot is. Rely on him a lot. You're not getting too much scoring out of anybody right now, so when you don't, I think you gotta put your best guys on the ice and just see what they can do.
You think you'd like to see more of him on the ice?
I would, yeah. Sometimes you gotta stack the lines, and maybe the lines aren't working right now, so it's tough to do it mid-game, but I would like to see everybody on one line, Edwards, Diorio, and maybe throw Wallows out there. It's a skilled offensive team, and I think you spread out the wealth too much sometimes.
Yeah.
If you're in a place like this, you really got to stack the lines to see what everybody can do.
Well, and you want to try to balance it as well so that you've got some of those strong players on those second, third, and fourth lines,
yeah.
Right? So I get why they would do that, but yeah, good point. Can we just put the A team out there, especially, like you said, at this point where you don't want anybody to get hurt, but at this point, it's the name of the game is must win everything right now. It's all in or nothing. Put them all out there. I guess I could see that strategy working. But then when you do something like that, is that putting players at more risk of an injury as well, which this team's already struggled with?
Definitely. When you increase their ice time, that's always a risk. It's the name of the game. It's a battle that you're never going to win.
It's why we're not the coach.
Yeah, that's right. And there's always going to be injuries. You don't want to overwork anybody, but that's just that fine line that you walk of trusting everybody as much as you can and not trying to injure the rest of their career.
I don't want to